Did you ever think about skydiving, but the prospect of lengthy training classes and expensive equipment curbed your enthusiasm? Stay tuned, and you'll see how you can, in just a few hours, without taking classes or buying equipment, do a tandem skydive where you're a passenger going along for the ride. And what a ride it is! The dream of flight is as old as man himself. Leonardo da Vinci designed the first parachute over 500 years ago. While early round parachutes more closely resembled da Vinci's original design, today's rectangular ram air parachutes offer far greater maneuverability and flight control. Da Vinci never got a chance to test his design, but he clearly imagined what it would have been like when he wrote, "For once you have tasted flight, you will walk the earth with your eyes turned skywards, for there you have been, and there you will long to return." If Da Vinci were alive today, he'd undoubtedly be found at the nearest drop zone. We're at Skynights, a non-profit sport parachute club that has been teaching people to skydive for over 40 years. The Skynights drop zone is located adjacent to the East Troy Municipal Airport. East Troy is about 30 minutes southwest of Milwaukee on I-43. With literally thousands of jumps to his credit, Tom Brzezinski is a longtime instructor with Skynights.
If there's any doubt or you're nervous at all about skydiving and thinking about not doing it, you should really try a tandem. The best thing about the tandem is you really don't have to do anything. The instructor himself will do everything for you. Basically, you're coming in, watching a 15-minute video, signing some paperwork. The instructor's going to harness you up, teach you a few things, how to arch, your body position, and tell you about the skydive, what's going to happen on it. And then we're going out to the airplane. When we're in the airplane, the instructor's taking care of you, talking to you if you're nervous, calming you down, settling you down. And we're actually at about 10,000 feet going to hook you up to us. And when the door opens up, we're going to go to the door and we're going to do everything for you. All you have to do is arch off the door and enjoy the skydive. So you really don't have to do anything yourself. We're doing everything for you. So it's a little more easier to do, more calming, soothing to a person where they don't have to be in charge of their own canopy, controlling it, everything. The instructor that is experienced is going to do everything for you.
The tandem instructor wears a parachute that is about twice the size of a normal one to support two people. The passenger, as with the young lady on the left, wears a special harness. This harness, along with a pair of goggles, are all that you'll need to make your tandem skydive. Because they're the last to exit the jump plane, tandems are the first to board. The exit altitude for most tandems is around 13,000 feet, or about 2.5 miles up. During freefall, your descent rate can reach 120 miles per hour. While tandem instructors can do everything for you, this doesn't have to be the case. You can wear a jumpsuit and an altimeter, and you can even pull the ripcord if you want. And once you're under canopy, tandem instructors are more than happy to give you the toggles so that you can steer the parachute around. Toggles are simply small loops on the harness. Pulling down on the right toggle steers the parachute to the right, and pulling down on the left toggle steers the parachute to the left. You may also be interested in spicing up your skydive a little. Doing flat spins during freefall are called 360s. Doing spins under the canopy are called spirals. Just let your instructor know if you're interested in doing either one of these things during your jump. Like airplanes, skydivers try and land going into the wind, which is why you'll see a windsock at most drop zones. When you get close to the ground, your tandem instructor will flare the parachute by pulling both toggles all the way down. Flaring converts forward motion to lift, which has two benefits. It slows your landing approach, and the additional lift allows for a softer landing. Tandem passengers have to be at least 18 years of age, and you must present a photo ID as proof of your age, so be sure to bring one along. There's also a weight limit of 230 pounds. You'll also want to be sure to wear shoes with laces and tie them up tightly. Other types of shoes tend to fly off during free fall. It takes about 15 minutes to get up to 13,000 feet. On the final jump run, everyone makes final preparations for exit and the plane slows down. If you wish, skydivers with video and still cameras mounted to their helmets will jump with you to record the freefall portion of your skydive. They will actually hang on to the outside of the aircraft in flight in order to video your exit. Shortly after exiting, the instructor will deploy a small drogue to help compensate for the weight of two people. At 120 miles an hour, it only takes about 40 seconds to go from 13,000 feet down to 5,000 feet where the ripcord is pulled to deploy the main canopy. During the free fall, the instructor watches a small altimeter strapped to the back of their hand so they know when to deploy the main. While the canopy is deploying, you get the sensation that you're being pulled upward. You're not, of course. You're simply decelerating against the harness, going from about 120 miles an hour down to 30. This second part of the skydive, the canopy ride, is a lot different than the intense freefall. You're gliding around the sky with absolutely nothing underneath you. There's a lot less wind noise, so you can converse easily with your instructor. And needless to say, the view is spectacular.
Oh, there's nothing better than being a skydiving instructor. You meet so many new people, so many different people. You meet someone that's really excited to go skydiving and to someone that's terrified of doing skydiving. And the ones that are the most fun are the ones that are the most terrified, because once they get down, their conception of the whole skydive is completely different, and they're usually the ones that want to go again, the ones that were most terrified before they left the airplane. It's just so exciting because you get to see all of that, their excitement, their fear, everything. And every skydive is different because you never know how that person's going to react or act. But my most memorable was a woman that was about 65. She came with her two daughters. The two daughters left the airplane, and we were the last ones out. And as we got to the door, she grabbed on to the plane and just kept saying she couldn't do this. I can't do this. No way. I can't do it. I can't do it. So I talked to her a little bit and explained to her how I would take care of everything. I'd do everything for her. All she had to do was just arch and enjoy the ride. And finally she said, all right, let's go. So we got to the door and left, and we got down on the ground, and she gave me the biggest hug because in a way she was kind of glad I made her go, or else she would have never done it by herself. So she had a great time.
If your Tandem Skydive has you wanting more, there are several training options available to become a licensed skydiver. Visit www.skydivemilwaukee.com for details.